Alrighty, so we have. Oh, please don't tell me I have to sign in. What's going on here? Yes, it's me. I have not streamed to YouTube uh, through OBS for like a year. It's been a really long time. All right, there we go. Now we got chat. We can see the chat now. Can I do live chat? There we go. Live chat. All right, so let's turn the volume down on the mic. All right, so let's go over the thing with the stuff. All right. So this is the thread that kind of popped it into my head that I should probably do this while it's on my mind. The person was asking about setting up, has fret buzz on his guitar. And this is the guitar. I'm assuming this is the exact guitar. It's got a whammy bar, so this is a semi-floating bridge, right? So it's got strings on the back inside the guitar to pull the back down. And one of the problems when it's not a fixed bridges are easier because they're level with the rest of the board when they come from the factory. But these semi-floating ones that have a whammy bar, the springs are supposed to keep this entire bridge part parallel to the body of the guitar, and that way the pitch of the string over the intonation is the same. And that kind of, if it floats forward, like it lifts up, it means that the strings are going to be closer to the fretboard, and you can get string buzz really, really easily that way. So the I'm gonna rip my guitar apart. I gotta kind of clean off the desk a little bit, but we're gonna get my electric up here. It's a Floyd Rose, so it's a little more advanced, but it has similar kind of structure to it. I don't want to go get my Squire, which does have the same thing, but let's go ahead, switch to the overhead cam, and hopefully it wants to work today. Let's restart it here. Is it gonna work? All right. Is it gonna go blocky? No. Okay. So now my actual microphone is delayed because this is a IP camera, but it should be in sync with the video. I hope. So and I need to pull up the chat on my phone. Can I do this in like YouTube Studio? Is it gonna show it? Go to dashboard. Is it going to show me my live stream right now? No. Fine, I'll open it in regular. This is the dumbest app I've ever seen. All right. Sorry about this. Called not being prepared to do YouTube. Here. There we are. Oh, and that's actually a pretty good feed there. All right, let's just. Oh, I bet you I gotta leave it playing here. Let me turn down the quality so that I don't kill something. 1440p sounds great. Okay. We'll get the tablet out of the way. Oh, I gotta get the printer off. It's unplugged. All right, let's turn on some lights so that we can see what we're doing. This, we'll get the printer off. I'm gonna throw the monitor over here. Put it on the server. stay there for a while. Hard drives. I'll need the chair. I might need these. 3D print stuff. This is my everything work desk, so it's kind of chaotic right now. Been in the process of getting ready for Christmas. We have a Arduino synchronized light show this year for the first time. Never actually run it, and I got pretty much all the stuff I need to get it working. But okay, this stuff can all go in here. All right. Let's get the guitar and see how much room we're working with here. I hope I have enough room to put the guitar on here. Not upside down. So when I moved here, I worked in a music store, and this was the last guitar that was purchased. And they thought it would be great because it had the pickups I wanted, and I do like the pickups. However, they did not realize what they were buying, and you will see in a moment. Okay, so here's all my Allen keys I'm going to need. This is the guitar. Just kind of rest that here. And this is a Cort EVL or Evil X4. And the thing is, the reason why I'm contemplating getting rid of it is I can't play it in church because it's got pentagrams on the inlays, right? So it's kind of a problem. The pickups are amazing. They're EMGs. They're like really, really good high gain pickups. And this one here has a toggle on the tone switch you lift up, and it has a secondary one, and it blends the middle one with the bridge pickup when you do that. I think it's the bridge. Might be the neck pickup. I can't remember which one it is now. But yeah. So you basically stick it in the middle, then you do this, and it'll blend the two. It's kind of cool. I guess it would do like the neck if you did it in the second position instead of the fourth. But yeah, it's a really, really cool guitar. I've played it for probably going on 10 years. I've had it, but I don't really play it as much as I used to because I'm not in a band anymore. I did play it for like 4 or 5 years. But yeah, it's been probably sitting in there for almost a full year now. Actually, yeah, probably just over a year since I left the band. So anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this up. And the problem is the tuning for the Floyd. All right. Oh, and I'm gonna need my whammy bar. The reason why I have actually probably not that I'm not saying that I'm procrastinating or anything. The problem is that the whammy bar that I had that came with it got lost when we were playing a gig. I think someone stole it. So I had to order a replacement because I need the whammy bar to adjust some of the things on here. So whammy bar goes in here, right? And then it's got the Floyd Rose. Floyd Rose is cool, but it's not a real Floyd Rose, so it detunes quite easily. The catch with Floyd's is the knife edge of the bridge, and it rests on these pegs. And if this metal is weak or is not as strong as this, it will break, and it will round over, and then it will never stay in tune. All right, that was interesting. Okay, so I don't know. Let's get on with this, because this can take maybe a little while. I need something to rest the neck on so it's not sitting on the tuners. Can I steal this bag for a minute, please, Mr. Ender? And I have a bunch of prints in here that dump into here. Alright. Alright, so let's try this. So we're going to put this here. Is that going to be high enough? Nope. Okay, what if I do there? That might be good enough. Alright, so, no, it's not going to be good enough. Because I need to, oh, that is so annoying. Put it this way. Is that going to be high enough? Nope. Oh. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Okay, so we are going to make sure, let's loosen off the lock nuts at the top here. That is not the right one. So Floyd's have a lock nut on them, each one handles 2 strings, and the 2 strings are clamped down so that you can use, when you tune like a normal guitar, you're using the tuning pegs, but you're doing the bottom ones on a Floyd. So I need to loosen this off because it's too low. I'm just going to loosen them all off. They need to be oiled. How much room do we got? Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, about the same. Okay, so now we need to tune the guitar. Please tell me I have a tuner in here. Oh, that one is not going to work. All right. I have this one. Do I need, oh, 9 volts. Look at that. I bought rechargeable 9 volts for my acoustic. And I have not tried these batteries yet to see how well they work. So this will be a first test. And I have not used this one. This is not my tuner. I got given this. I have a really old tuner in there too. Patch cord. I know I have one here. Power, power. It is not there. Where did I see that patch cable? I probably threw it in the shop. Alright, well, let's hope that it's loud enough that it'll pick it up. This does not have a speaker on it. Okay, let's get the other one. Either that or I go out and get a patch cord. This is very, very old. I got given this tuner from it was from a choir teacher. Really, this is a Japanese Korg tuner. And it uses double A's, of course. I will steal them from my Xbox 360 controller. uh, oh, it uses 4. Can I just use a 9 volt? Nope, that does not have one either. Oh, sound? Nope, it has to have a cable. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, I am going to have to dig out a tuner. Give me one moment and I will see if I have one outside. That Korg is toast. So give me one sec. I'm going to mute the mic. All right, I found one. Oh, that's the. Oh, nope. Nope, that was the string. All right, let's see if we can salvage this because I do not have another set of strings. I have a bunch of singles, but we'll see if we can salvage this one. Alright, so what you gotta do, figure out which one this is. I need something really thin. I need a little precision screwdriver that is flat, and I need to see if there's a piece stuck inside. This one might work. No, I do not see a piece stuck. All right, so here's what we do. Come on. I have them here. This is the tricky part. You got to get this inside, and I might not have enough string left. You can do this like a handful of times. Eventually, you got to. Oh, these are all loose. That one's pretty good. Nope, that one was loose. Tell that one right away. Now we got another one that we gotta try and rescue. Can I grab? Oh, it's on the wrong side. It goes in the front. These are not the most enjoyable guitars to do this with. Alright, so let's then do this. Stick it down here. So with a normal guitar, it's got those little ball ends on it, and they just get sucked into the bottom of the bridge, and it stays there. You do not do that. Camera thing. All right. Now, I don't have my winder. My winder's in the shop. Okay, so here's the catch. All right, one more check. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so that means that the guitar right now, and that is pretty close to level. Okay, see if I can turn this here. So what you're looking for is, it's not going to show up very well on the camera. The bridge, you want it to be parallel with the body, as close as you can get it. The flatter it is, the more accurate the intonation is going to be, because it changes the pitch on the bridge, the adjustable parts. And when you change that, it can change the tension on the string and all that kinds of cool stuff, right? Now that you have the guitar tuned, we lock it down, which is going to change stuff. Where did I put that? Did I just do it? Is that the right one? Yeah. So now when you lock the nuts down at the top, you no longer have to use the tuning peg. And now you use these. So now we tune it again. Now the trick is not to push. All right. And every time you have to drop it, it will change the tension on the other strings. So not much undifferent than putting new strings on your guitar and tuning it for the first time. All right. So now the bridge is pretty flat. The strings are locked. Fine tuners are reset so they're more in the middle. And that will just change. So now you should be able to do and then come back and do this. Yep. Yep. So then it stays in tune. So yeah, that's kind of how these get set up is loosen the nuts, tune the guitar when you reset everything, okay? Tune it, then you lock it once it's in tune, and as long as these are in the middle, you should have enough flexibility one way or the other to fix it, because this will basically raise the pitch when you lock it down a little bit, so you'll have to lock it to lower them a little bit, probably. Um, and as long as you have your whammy bar, you can jam something like I did underneath the bridge here to have access to stuff. You can save the strings if they break here, and you have enough on the head, which is why you have so many windings on your tuning pegs. You can emergency mode save a string on a Floyd, whereas if it breaks down here on a regular bridge, like a fixed bridge with ball ends, you can't. You have to. I mean, you might be able to like twist it with pliers, but it won't last at all, and it'll probably just come right out. So that is a nice thing is you can kind of save a string, emergency repair it if you don't have one. Uh, but the setup time for these is such a pain. But yeah, if you have questions about setting up a guitar, I'm actually gonna go look at the springs because the springs are. It's not quite perfect. The It's not quite flat. So I need to get a real screwdriver. That's not gonna work. Um, I kind of want to see what the spring is because it's been a while since I've opened the back of this thing. So I kind of want to see what's in there. Coffee. And let's take a look here. Where's my tray? Whatever. I don't know where it is. I have to print more of that stuff. I want to print a screw tray that I can put magnets in, so I can hold screws and stuff like that when I throw them in, so they don't get messed up. All right. I probably should have taken that out. All right. Be that way. All right. So we got 3 on it. The solder's still there. So let's see here. So it needs to kind of go up. So I need to loosen it a little bit. So what I'll do is I will try to loosen these a little bit. And we'll see what that did. Well, it brought it up a little bit. Just a little bit more. Not bad. It's definitely better than it was. Still not perfect though. I don't remember how long these are. That's probably as close as it's going to get. I think that's good. All right, so it's a lot more parallel. The back is now. I tightened or loosened up the screws. So if you missed what I did there, so you have springs. There might be only two in your guitar. The semi-floating ones with a whammy bar, like the Fender Squiers, Fenders, and stuff like that, where they have the little screw-on one. It's not a floating bridge. It's kind of a half floating bridge. The springs are responsible for pulling the back up and down, right? And mine has three, and you want this to be balanced with the tension on the strings. That's the goal. And the way to do that is if you don't have replacement springs, you can kind of loosen off these so it's not stretching the strings as much. And it will kind of move this part closer to the bridge, the bottom of the bridge. And that will reduce the tension because now it's not stretching as much. But you got to be careful it doesn't go too far. You might have to remove some strings and tighten it or something like that. But you can play around with your guitar. Evenly spaced means that there's even tension across the whole thing, so it's not being pulled kind of on an angle. But once you get that, what you're aiming for is parallel between your body of your guitar and the bridge itself. So you want it to be perfectly parallel with it. And that's pretty much it. Um, and as like I was saying, as long as it's not a really, really cheap Floyd, because there are really bad ones out there. This one's it's not really horrible, but it's not the best at all. Um, it has lasted. Um, as long as you take good care of it and you don't completely obliterate it, it will last a while. But the problem is that knife edge on that bridge rounds over and it'll find a spot where it wants to sit and it will never be in tune again. Every time you use the whammy bar, it will always float to one side of that rounded spot or the other and eventually find its way back home and it will be out again. So as long as the round over is flat, I mean, you're okay, but that means the metal has weakened to the point where it's just going to move again. The more you use it, it'll get worse and worse until you have to replace the whole thing. And then that gets expensive because those are not cheap. They're you might as well replace the entire Floyd section, buy a whole kit. Um, the main point is the post that it balances on. That metal has to be the same toughness as the bridge itself, because if either one of them is weaker than the other, it will make a groove and it'll do that same thing. So the posts are right here. So if these posts are weaker than this, the knife will groove it. Otherwise, if this is stronger than this, the edge that's on it goes around the whole bolt, and that edge is what gets weak. And as you go up and down, it wears out that edge. If this is harder than this steel, and that's when you get your tuning problems. You'll find you'll do a dive bomb, and you'll come back up, and it'll be flat, and you have to pull back in order for it to go back in tune. And you'll find that happens with like the really really cheap Floyds, like the ones from China that are like they just manufacture them and they sell you like a $250 Floyd Rose guitar. Those are very cheap. Because a real Floyd's like $500, $450, something like that. I think US is the last time I checked, but that's been a while. This is a Cort, so it's not a real Floyd, but it's pretty decent. It's made in Korea, so it's not a bad guitar at all. I really like this guitar, the way it sounds. Hi, Justin. But yeah, so we're gonna have to clean this up and then no, yep, no, I'm fixing my guitar. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell it. I think so. This is like the coolest tuner I've ever seen. It uses 4 AA. I thought it was 2, but it was stuck inside here. This is an actual Japanese made one. The manual's in the box. It's missing a thing in there. The manuals are all in Japanese. Bye. Okay. I need to put this back in there. I don't know where that came from. Oh, it came off of this one. Ah. Oh, it's missing the rivet, maybe. The rivet, it popped out of the rivet. Huh. Well, that can be fixed. We will just leave it in there for now. That is so cool. Very, very cool tuner. All right, so we need to clean the guitar. It's easier when you change strings, but yeah, it's not horrible. It's worn out. Like this isn't dirty. Well, it is now because I'm touching it, but this is worn out from playing. I played it smooth. It took off the matte finish and polished it. Probably had black on the bottom of my hands at some point. But the headstock is really, really dirty. Apart from that, it has these locking straps on it. So they lock, you turn them like this, and then you can pop this off, and that lets you take the strap off. Because it was always coming off while I was playing. You stick it on, and then you rotate this, and it won't come off. Unless you pull on it like me, because I'm being stupid. There we go. But yeah, that is the Eble guitar, and the amazing inlays with the pentagrams on it that I want to get rid of. I actually emailed Court like 2 weeks ago, asking if they have a different neck that doesn't have this that they could sell me or ship me or whatever. I haven't gotten a reply yet, but got like a coffin cover for the truss rod on here. Yeah. The knobs on this thing are really fun. They're like, it's got like a rubber grip, three rows of rubber grip on them. So you it's not like a knurling, which can still be kind of slippery, especially once you've used it for a while. And the rubber seems to hold up pretty well, especially under sweat. When your hands are all sweaty and stuff like that, it seems to work really well. I like it. It's a good guitar. I just can't play it. If I was in a band, I wouldn't consider selling it, but I'm not in the band anymore, so just don't know how much. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't see anything else happening right now. I should go back to work. Yeah, I will probably just shut off the stream at some point, but if I can figure out a way, you know what, if I could change this to a non-Floyd and change the neck, I would keep this because the pickups are awesome. I love these pickups. They sound so good, especially if you tune this to like drop C or something like that. It's really, really chunky. Like they're really, really good EMG pickups. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about setting up the guitars, especially a Floyd Rose, just ask. I'm going to put these batteries away, and I'm just going to step away from the chat here. So ask your questions. Hey, Nightly. Yeah, ask your questions, and then I'll try and answer them. I just got finished setting up the Floyd on this guitar, so because I'm contemplating selling it, I probably am going to sell it, but All right. And these, where would be? Oh, these are in the kitchen. I'll put them away later. Coffee, definitely coffee. Need the Tims. But yeah, so we have this Floyd thing. And you know, it's too bad that this doesn't have a speaker on it. A Seiko tuner, bass and guitar. But the other one is so much better. The other tuner is here. Let me grab this one again. I'm gonna show you guys this. This is I got this given to me from a choir teacher, and he used to do orchestra choir kind of music. And this is a Korg original WT10 tuning trainer. It's from Tokyo, Japan. It has a stand, and all of the manuals are Japanese. It is so cool. There's the English side, but like it's got all the Japanese in here. It's really really cool, especially that has the manual with it. That's really neat. But the tuner itself is crazy. Let me show you this here. So you choose your note. It has input and output on here, so you could output it to a speaker. It doesn't. It has one built in, but the battery terminal is busted on it, so I can't actually turn it on. I'd have to power it with the DC jack, which looks like it's also broken. Or maybe that's just the way it works. But anyways, so you basically just set it to your note, right? And then it has a sharp flat adjustment, so you could detune it by like 10 cents, 5 cents, whatever, and you can detune your note and then tune your guitar with it, and you can change. You won't be like perfectly on. You can if you have two guitarists in your band, make one perfect, and then make the other one off by just a little bit, and when they play together, it sounds like you have like three guitars, right? Sounds really cool. But it's got the octaves in here, so low, mid, and highs. And then it has the meter, which I'm not sure what the meter actually does. It has a 1 and a 2. I'm not sure what that means. The sound, and then it has the meter, which is just the meter. So the sound will play the sound, but if you have it on meter, it will just tell you what it's like on here, right? And then it has check on, off. I have no idea what it does. I'd have to look at the manual, but yeah, it's a really, really cool little tuner. Very old. What is the date on this? Printed in Japan. I'm assuming it's 1951 because the inside says 51.1, right? And then this says 51.2 on the serial number. So maybe this is from like February of 1951. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna assume that's what it means. Is it was made in February of 1951. But yeah, and the manual was printed in January. Yeah, that's the Korg. Very cool. But anyways, yeah, if there's no questions, I will go. But if you do have questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Answering questions about guitar setups, etc. Playing questions, anything like that. Because I don't want to work, but I will answer questions. I was actually helping a lady on Reddit from. It looks like she was from Australia, and she was trying to play the Green Day song Basket Case, and she was having problems with her palm mutes, and so I didn't have my electric out, and I was trying to do it on acoustic, and man, that is way different than than the electric, especially when you don't have distortion or anything. It sounds really weird. But yeah, I did a video. It's unlisted. You can't see it unless you visit the Reddit link, Reddit message. But the showing her the knife edge your hand trick with the way place that the string goes over the intonation post for the saddles here. And that's where you want to put your hand, and tried to show her with the angle and what happens when you move your hand back and forth. Yeah, it's kind of cool. People seem to like it. I had a couple of good comments on it. Did another video after that because I watched the video again to see if there's what she was doing with her chording hand, her fretting hand, and she was doing a cross between a bar chord and a power chord. And if you're not familiar, power chord is like this, right? So you're using your first finger, and your ring finger does these two strings, right? And that's a power chord. A bar chord, you use all four, and you're barring with your first finger, and then these three fingers do the whole thing. And you strum the whole fret, the whole fretboard, right? But a power chord is you're muting the bottom three strings when you do it. But yeah, that was the second video. I noticed she was doing the power chord thing, but still using a ring and pinky when she was doing it. And it makes it a little harder when you're trying to play faster, especially because Green Day Basket Case is somewhat fast. Offspring stuff is a little faster yet. Blink 182 is it's quite fast, but they have a lot of moving in like a 5 fret range. So yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put an answer question on the screen. I'm gonna do this. That is the message. Oh, that is way too big. There we go. That's pretty cool. While we are doing that, let us grab a cleaning thing. I want not that, not that. Could use this. I have this. How that's not very coarse, and that won't go underneath there. That's why you're supposed to clean these when you take the strings off, because you can't get anything in there. Good enough. That's all it's going to be. Cool. All right, it stayed in tune. That's awesome. Where did I put the actual? Oh, I put it away, didn't I? We'll use the thumb pick. That's a horrible pick. It's still staying in the tuning, so I think it's good. It's not. Yep. Yep. We're good. All right. Well, if there's no questions, I am gonna go. I'm going to try and get some work done. We'll put the guitar away and give me a couple seconds to ask any questions while I'm putting the guitar away. And then, yeah, and then we're gonna take off for a while. we have, we might set up the 3D printer and get some stuff printed. I think what I should do is print a guitar neck thing that I can put on there. Oh, all of the things. I need all of the things. I need 1, 2, 3. Where's the last one? Okay, where did it go? There's 4. Big, medium, small. Oh, there it is right there. Take off the whammy bar. And that's ready to go. All right. Well, you guys have a good time. I am all packed up and ready to go. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.